The place that should not be on any map. Sometimes safety does not look like safety at all. Sometimes it looks like a road that becomes harder with every step. After escaping across the river, they thought the worst was over. But Marcus knew. It was only the beginning. They sat under a tree. Their clothes were wet. Their breathing was slow and heavy. For the first time in a long while, the baby was asleep. Eliza held her so tightly, as if she was afraid the world would take her away again. Marcus stared into the darkness. He did not relax. He never relaxed. "We can't go back," he said. Eliza nodded. "Then where do we go?" He was silent for a moment. "There is one place," he finally said, "but you won't like it." They walked all night. There were no roads, no lights, only the forest, the cold, and the silence. Sometimes Eliza stumbled, but she kept walking. Marcus stayed close, always a few steps ahead, as if he was ready to protect her at any moment. By morning, Eliza stopped. "I can't walk anymore." Marcus turned around. For the first time, his voice did not sound calm. It sounded tired. "We're almost there." "Almost isn't there." He stepped closer. "If we stop now, they'll catch us." Eliza looked at the baby. Then she kept walking. By evening they saw houses, small, old, too quiet. "Does anyone live here?" Eliza asked. Marcus did not answer right away. "They do, but they don't ask questions." It did not sound safe. It sounded like a rule for staying alive. One of the houses had an open door. There was a light inside. A woman stood by the stove. She did not look surprised to see them. She only said, "You're too late." Eliza froze. "Too late for what?" The woman looked at the baby. Then she quietly answered, "For a normal life." Her name was Clara. She looked about 50 years old. Her eyes looked like they had seen too much. She let them in without asking any questions, but she watched them as if she already knew everything. "The child was born at a bad time," she said. Eliza quickly looked up. "Every child is born at the right time." Clara did not argue. "But not every child ends up on someone else's list." Marcus became tense. "You know who's looking for them?" Clara nodded. That was worse than any answer. They sat around the table. The baby slept beside them. Clara spoke quietly. "This is not an ordinary hunt." Eliza held her hands tightly. "Then what is it?" Clara looked at Marcus. "You didn't tell her?" Marcus stayed silent. Before anyone spoke, Eliza already understood something was wrong. "Tell me." Marcus took a deep breath. "They're not just looking for a child." He paused. "They're looking for a bearer." "What does that mean?" Eliza asked. Her voice shook. Clara answered instead. "Some people believe that near the end of a war, children are born who can change the future." "Just old stories?" Eliza said sharply. Clara looked straight at her. "Wars often begin with stories." "I was never supposed to come back," Marcus said. Eliza turned to him. "You didn't come back for me?" He slowly shook his head. "No." "Then why?" He looked at the baby. "I was ordered to find her first." Silence filled the room. Eliza stepped back. "You worked for them?" Marcus clenched his jaw. "I did, until I learned what they were really doing. And you still came here, because if I hadn't, they would have come first." Eliza held the baby even tighter. I don't trust you anymore. Marcus did not argue. He only said, "You shouldn't." Clara suddenly stood up. "They're close." Eliza froze. "Already?" Clara nodded. "This place doesn't hide people. It only slows them down." Marcus looked out the window. "Then we don't have much time." "There is another way," Marcus said. Eliza looked at him. "Why didn't you tell us before?" "Because it's worse," Clara nodded. "But it's the only way." There was a hidden entrance under the house. It was old, made of wood. The air smelled damp. "Where does it lead?" Eliza asked. Clara answered, "To a place where no one is waiting for you." They climbed into the tunnel. Darkness. Cold. The baby woke up. For the first time she cried loudly. "Shh," Eliza whispered. But the crying would not stop. A loud bang came from above, then another. "They're here," Marcus said. Eliza looked at him. "You said we'd make it." He answered honestly. "I was wrong." Clara closed the trapdoor. "Go." "What about you?" Eliza asked. Clara smiled. "I made my choice the moment I let you in." Marcus took Eliza's hand. "It will get worse from here." She looked at him. "This isn't the worst." He met her eyes. "No,